Hello everyone, this is Manoj. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'll discuss about custom search in React application, how we can create our own search panel and how we can use custom search for filtering the data from a data set. So far, I have created a new React application and you can see this is the default behavior of a new React application. So let's go to Visual Studio Code and in the source folder, let's create a new file. Let's say custom search.js, and inside this first import React from React, and we'll use hooks for that. So the component name should be component search, and let's export it first. Export default custom search. So inside the functional component, return, let's say a simple div, not capital div, small div, search. And first, let's declare a variable. Let's say user data and set user data, and this would be a blank array at initial level. All right. So now we will use effect so that on the component rendering, it should load some data. So react.use effect, and inside this use effect, let's declare a variable. Let's say const data, and this would be a array of details. So the details would be, let's say, name, value would be, let's say, Manoj, and another property is age, let's say 29, and another one is, let's say, profession, and let's say software engineer. Let me quickly copy this object and paste it. So let me put comma. Okay. And second one, let's say Virat and Rohit, Shami, Bumrah. And let me change the age also. And 29, 32. And Virat is a batsman. Rohit is also a batsman. Bowler, bowler. So our data is ready. After this, we will call our set user data function and pass this data so that this function will apply this particular array of records into this user data. So now comes to the return part. So inside this, let's take a table quickly, and inside the table let's take a head, and inside head let's take a tr, and in the tr let me make all the heads like name, age, and profession. And after t head, let's create a t body, and inside the t body we need to use map function so that we can display these details. So if data is not undefined or null, and data dot not data, user data. If user data and user data dot length greater than 0, then user data dot map item tr and then td. So first it will show item dot name, and let me quickly copy this td and paste. Second property is age, and the last one is profession. Perfect. And the final condition is if data is not present, then we will display no data. Let's save this. Now go to app.js and first import this component custom search, and let's remove this header part because we don't need this, and paste custom search. Save this, compiled successfully. Go to browser and you can see our data is rendered successfully. As of now it is not looking so good, so let's add Bootstrap for that so that it would look some in a good shape. So in the terminal, terminate the batch and install the package React Bootstrap 4.6.0. Meanwhile, let's go to the custom search and we need to import a new component which is table from React Bootstrap slash table, and now we need to change this table with the Bootstrap table component. Remove from both the places, and also we have some property that say responsive and stripped and size, let's say small. So this is all we need to do when we use Bootstrap table. Let's save this again. So it is taking some time because it is installing all the packages related to Bootstrap. So, so the package has been installed. Now let's run the command again, which is npm start. So it will again load the page in the browser. So it says module not found. The spelling mistake which I made. Let's correct the spelling and let's go to the Bootstrap, and we need to include some CSS. So include this in your component and this link in your index.html, which is in public folder. So inside the head, paste this. Now go back to browser. So you can see our table is coming as a Bootstrap table. Perfect. So now go back to custom search component, and on the top of this table, let's create another table, and inside this table let's take a tr and a td, and inside this td let's take a input variable, and this is for enter name, and We also need to take a state for that. Let's say name and set name, and initial level, this name would be a blank string. So on this on change event, let's call this set name so that it will set the value of this particular text box into the name variable. So e dot target dot value. Fine. Save this and let's take another TD, and inside this let's take a button and let's declare a on click of this button. This would be a arrow function. So let's say handle search. Now copy this and declare a handle event. So first let's try to alert something. Let's say clicked. Save all the changes. Reload the page. So our button is working. Perfect. So now we have to apply a logic because we need to filter data from this particular object. So for that, let's say const new data, and from this user.data dot filter, and so x dot name equal our name is in this variable name. We need to give a blank dependency, otherwise it will run every time. So let's reload the document, and now if I try to search, so we are in our handle search event. So press F10. So you can see we are having data. So that error was occurring because of that dependency. So you can see now only Manoj is coming. Again, if I reload it and if I try to search Virat, so Virat is coming. Now there is a one problem. If I remove this and if I click on search, then the entire data should come over here. But why it is not coming? The reason is, as of now, we are having a single array and we are modifying the same array. That is why it is not coming. So to resolve this, let's declare a same kind of array with a different name, user search array, and let's change the method also, set user search array, and at initial level user search data, call this, and so at the initial level when this use fact will run at the very first time, then these both arrays will get filled with this particular data. All right, so now we will use our this array to display our data. So change this data over here, save this, and now inside our handle search, I think this is fine. So if I try to search with the name, it is giving us data, and if I try to search with a blank, it is not giving us data. The reason is we in our condition we only provide the direct variable, right? But here we need to change this condition. So let's say if this name equal blank, then x dot name else name. Let's save this, and now reload the page. So let's try to search with a name. Let's say Manoj. It is giving data. If I remove it, click on search, still it is giving data. Perfect. So this is a single text box search. Now let's include a drop down for this profession. So let's quickly copy this and let's add a drop down which is select and options value blank and select. Quickly copy paste and let's say batsman, software engineer, and the last one is bowler. And remove the last option. Let's save this, go back to our browser. So our drop down is coming now. Let's give a class form control. Perfect. Now it is looking good. Also give this class to our and to button class name btn primary, and in React we can only give class name, not only class. So save this. Perfect. So everything is coming fine. So now we need to make a little change in our search. So we only applied search for our name. Same way we will apply search for drop down. So let's say y dot profession equal again the condition, if profession, before this we need to make a, another variable for profession which will hold the drop down's change value. So set profession and let's go to the select and declare a on change event, and on this e dot target dot value. Fine. So now we will use this profession. If profession equal blank, then x dot profession else profession. Perfect. Let's save this. Go back to browser. X is not defined. Oops, not X, Y. So now if I click on search, the entire data is coming. If I click on now, so it is giving only Manoj's data. And if I try to remove this, all data is coming. And if I click on batsman, So only two is coming, and if I not select anything, the entire data is coming. Perfect. So this is how you can implement your custom search in your React component. For that, we only need data, and for this particular example, I'm using hooks. You can also use your class component state, but I guess and I recommend hooks are little easy to maintain and manageable. So you can use hooks for your custom search. So this is how basically you can create your custom search for any kind of data. And as of now, I can only use this name and profession, but in a real world or real application, you will have multiple columns like name, age, profession, and also other columns are there. So based on these columns or based on your requirement, you can create multiple components. And one more thing, let me tell you, as of now, I'm using this search table as well as this details table, like this grid table, in a same component. But this is not a right approach. We should take this panel in a separate component and then include in this component. So this is how it would work. But for your reference, I'm just showing you how the custom search actually works. All right. So I hope now you have a clear idea how we can create our custom search with using text boxes and also the drop down. So if you want, you can also use age text box or greater than less than kind of. All right. So this is about today's video. I hope you like it. If you did so, hit the like button, share, comment, and if you want to talk to me one to one, then you can follow me on my Instagram. My Instagram handle is open programmer. So I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for the watching. Take care. Bye bye.